Janet Jackson might be asking, what about her First Amendment? She's getting canceled overnight because Janet dared to say something that she probably shouldn't have said. Not if she wanted to keep polite company with all those, entertainment types. Anyway, good for her. She actually spoke her mind. They're calling it misinformation, and they are canceling her as fast as they can. Janet Jackson, however, doubling down on her position. And her position, well, I'll quote from the article itself. This came from, I believe, The Guardian. So her comment on record was, well, you know what they supposedly said? She said to the reporter, quote, she's not black. That's what I heard. That she's Indian, end quote. The reporter writes, she looked at me expectantly, perhaps assuming that I have Indian heritage. Well, the reporter says, she's both. Her father's white, Janet came back with. That's what I was told. I mean, I haven't watched the news in a few days. She coughs. I was told that they discovered her father was white. And then the reporter writes, I'm floored at this point. It's well known that Harris's father is a Jamaican economist, a Stanford professor who split with her Indian mother when she was 5. Quote, my mother understood very well that she was raising 2 black daughters, Harris wrote in her book, The Truths We Hold. Okay, so we're not going to debate this. I mean, it's kind of silly that we're even having this chatter. You know what? Who cares? All right, I'm just going to leave it at that. But you're going to cancel Janet over this? I mean, I guess that, and I'm not going to split hairs on this. Yes, the father, my biggest issue with the father is that he is a, can I say this? Communist. Okay, that's my issue with the father. There's a redistribution of wealth that Mr. Kamala Harris' dad wants to actually implement. And that would be my biggest concern about Kamala Harris. But, if you're a black American like Janet Jackson and you're from Detroit and, you kind of, you have sort of a different, perhaps, view of what a black American is. And I think that there's a lot of room here for all of black America. But the truth is a lot of people in the African American community feel like, okay, you know what, if I'm going to wear that as my badge, then you know what, I need to have gone through some of the challenging and tough times that have historically challenged this community, which means, you know what, if you grow up in the inner city in Harlem or inner city, on the south side of Chicago, you're going to have more street cred. And so perhaps this is sort of what she's getting at, that Kamala doesn't quite have the street cred that, say, even she, where she came from, and obviously she's lived a very wonderful life in terms of her ability to be an entertainer and reap success from that. However, she's sort of saying, this lady isn't quite my kind. Well, she's in big trouble. Okay, so I think that the Rolling Stone just went like totally nuts. Let me see if I can show you this, guys, because it's sort of unfair. I mean, it's again, I think, speaking to this total culture of you can't say certain things. If you dare to say something, then we are going to cancel you. And it's sort of unfortunate, right? Because we shouldn't live in a society that's that wacky about stuff. I think I do have it here. So this is an article in Rolling Stone, and they're like, how dare she? I should tell you, the headline from today is that TMZ is reporting that she's doubling down. She's not going anywhere. She's, saying that this is in fact the case. So here's Janet Jackson, according to the Rolling Stone, how dare she, questioning whether Kamala Harris is black and thinks that the election may bring mayhem. In this interview with The Guardian, the pop star appears to parrot, they say, misinformation. Is it misinformation? Or is it kind of how maybe you characterize things, right? If you're a black American like Janet Jackson, you kind of see a certain set of sort of core upbringing, et cetera. I mean, again, I don't want to like waste time on it because it's not really fair any which way you look at it. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'm Irish, right? And I'm Scottish, And I'm Lithuanian. And you know what? Maybe you know about the Irish and Scottish part more than the Lithuanian, but I'm still Lithuanian. So I can claim all of those. And you know what? I don't care. Let Kamala can even claim Irish if she wants, because apparently that's the rumor on the internet. I don't care. You can be whatever you want. I want to get off this topic. And I just think it's really unfortunate that they're doing that to a great, great star like Janet Jackson.